Hey guys, it's Jordan here, and today I'm going to teach you how to play Do You Remember by Jack Johnson. It's not too difficult of a song. It's a little bit to get used to in terms of combining the picking together with strumming, but that said, a little bit of practice goes a long way, and I'm sure you can pick it up just as quickly as I did. So for starters, we've got a capo on the 3rd fret. That said, you can of course play this without that capo. It's just going to sound differently than what I'm playing, because I'm going to be 3 half steps up from you. So this song starts on the 3rd fret of the low E string. So we're playing a G, and it's got this little riff that goes on. So I'll play a little bit for you, and then we'll get started on the lesson. So that's essentially how it goes throughout the whole song on the verse. And I did mess it up a little bit there, but don't worry about that. We'll get through it. So it starts on the 3rd fret of the low E string, like I was saying, and I like to play it with my ring finger just so I can get into the other chord shapes pretty easily. And you slide up to the 5th fret. By the way, I'm speaking relative to the capo. So it's actually the 6th fret, since we're capoed on the 3rd fret, but I'll be calling it the 3rd, and then 5th is actually the 8th, but you get the idea. So slide from the 3rd to the 5th, and then you play the 3rd on the A string, and then you go to the 5th on the A string, back to the 3rd on the A string, and then you strum a C chord. So if you don't know a C chord, it's the 1st fret of the B string, or the 2nd string, down here, the 2nd fret of the G string, sorry, of the D string, and the 3rd fret of the A string. Like that. That's a C. So far we have this. Alright? So after you strum that C, there's another little picking part that goes. Sorry. Yeah, so I like to stay in this C chord shape. And after we've done the strumming of the C, like that, I lift up my middle finger and hammer it onto the G string 2nd fret. And then I play the B string where my finger's already on the 1st fret. Like that. And then I go back to the G string 2nd fret and then open. So I pull my middle finger off again. So that little part is. Alright, so far we've got, sorry, like that. And so the next part is a G chord. And after you've done that, it's going to be, I just do a down, up, down, real quick on it. And then after that, it's a hammer on to the D string 2nd fret. So that's a hammer on, and then you play the open string, the D string, and then the A string 3rd fret. Like that. And then you go to an F chord. I play the E string, and then a downstroke, up, down, like that. So we've got this. And this part is solely for the intro. So once you get into using the lyrics, you no longer play this next section that I'm about to show you. So after you play, you go to the 3rd fret of the E string, the low E string. So it's just like that part from the beginning. You slide up to the 5th fret from the 3rd fret, and then you play the 3rd fret of the A string and the 5th fret of the A string. And then you go into a C chord, and then a G chord. So from the F, so I do the A string, downstroke, up, down, up, and then on that last downstroke, it's the G, like that. So, alright, so that whole part together sounds like this. And then you go right back into it. And yeah, once the lyrics start, all you have to do is cut out that last, and instead you just go. So you hold the F for 2 measures instead, and then a C, like that, into a G. So with the lyrics, it would be something like this. Yeah, and that is the entirety of the verse. So the next part that you've got to learn is the pre-chorus and then the chorus. So the pre-chorus is when it's like, I'm crazy about you then and now. So that's all on a G chord. I think you play it for 4 measures. Yep, 4 measures. And then rather than playing a barred F chord like this, you're just going to play the bottom 4 strings. So that involves playing the D string on the 3rd fret, the G string on the 2nd fret, and using your index finger to bar the first 2 strings on the 1st fret. So that sounds like this. And essentially what you're going to be doing is playing this chord for a measure, and then you switch into a chord that's similar, like that, and then into a D minor. And so that similar chord that's in between, all you're going to do is lift up your ring finger from this F shape. So here, I'm lifting up my ring finger, and I'm moving my middle finger up 1 string. So it's now on the D fret, or the D string and the 2nd fret, sorry. And my index finger is still holding the first 2 strings on the 1st fret. And I play all 4 bottom strings, like that. And then the D minor is just your index finger on the 1st fret of the high E string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, and playing all 4 on the bottom, like that. So that whole section, pre-chorus into chorus, and then essentially what you're going to do is hold that D minor for 4 measures, and then you go G, F, E minor, D minor. And so what that is you're going to play a G chord like this, where your middle finger goes to the second fret of the A string, your middle finger on the third fret of the E string, and your pinky on the third fret of the high E string. You play all the strings. And then here we're going to use the F bar chord that I mentioned before. So this, it's not a beginner chord, but if you have played bar chords before, you should have no issue knowing this shape. It's essentially an E shape, and then all you do is bar the first fret. So you've got your ring finger on the third fret of the A string, your pinky on the third fret of the D string, your middle finger on the second fret of the G string, and you're going to lay your index finger across all of the strings, right here up on the first fret. So that's the F. So G, F, E minor. So this one's nice and easy. It's 2 fingers on the second fret of the A and D string, playing all 6 strings, and then D minor, which I showed you before. And so each one of those is held for a measure. And that one I just like to give a single strum, because then I can go right back into that picking pattern of the verse, like that. So I'll start from the pre-chorus and play through to the verse so you guys get a feel of what it sounds like. So that's essentially it, and I've got a cover video up that I uploaded not too long ago, so if you guys want to hear what the whole thing sounds like with lyrics and all, please feel free to check that out. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like down below, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think I could do better, let me know what songs you guys want to learn down the road, and what you want to hear me try to do. I'm excited to hear from you guys. Finishing up a really tough semester at school right now, so I'm sorry for the spotty uploading of the videos. I'm really trying to get back into it, but it's been tough. So I appreciate the support, and let me know what you guys want to see. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for watching.